Sorry about that, folks. So you're gonna see two videos. One from my digital camera, and the other from my phone here. It took two videos to fill up the memory card in that camera. It doesn't have very much space, and so I have to upload those things and delete them before I can make a video that's any kind of length and time. So where I left off is that I'm not celebrating holidays where the all the money is going into the white communities around this country, and none of them ever are going into black communities and our struggle in our economic struggle in America. It's designed that way. This country is just very frightened of the power is swinging in another direction beside theirs. Because if that fear wasn't there, we'd be sharing control and power economically, legally, and politically in this nation. And so yeah, like that. They have no intentions of letting up the gas, and we're constantly fighting for some kind of civil rights in this country. Hell, right now we're fighting for the right to live decently as human beings without having people having people covertly and overtly stomp and rain on our parade. I mean, can you just imagine, for you people who aren't black, imagine every day thinking and waking up, leaving your house and wondering if something like this is going to happen to you today, just because of the color of your skin. That is something unimaginable by most non-black people. They don't think about that. It's not something that's constantly in the back of their mind. Now, I don't think of it in the front of my mind every day, but I get so many opportunities to see that it's happening to someone else that, of course, it affects me, and it makes me wonder when if and when it's going to happen to me. I've had things happen, and that are going to be well documented in my book, where, off and on, I've had crazy things happen related to my skin color all of my life, and far less so because I'm a trans man. I mean, there's stuff going on around that, but not nearly to the degree and to the frequency things are happening to black people, to my people. That's why my focus is there first. That I'm grounded in becoming more and more pro-black. I just can't not be that way, considering what rolls around in my head on a regular basis. Yeah, I would have to practice some sort of denial about what's really going on in the United States to not become pro-black. I do have the feistiness of my mother, and then I've got the winning spirit and the dogged determination like my father. So it makes me a target, especially on social media. And and around the internet, I get pot shots taken at me for making comments out there on either articles or my own writing on the Medium platform, or comments that I make on that platform. So yeah, it's happening all the time, And as much as I'm out there doing things on the internet, which is quite often, um, and you just got a whole bunch of people who are trying to act like the victim of racism and thinking there's such thing as reverse racism when there is not. Racism entails you've got some kind of control to alter the path of somebody else's life. And so we can't we're able to be prejudiced about people, but we're not able to be racist. There's no such thing as reverse racism unless you control something. What do we control? We don't even control the industry where we have to entertain these assholes. Sports, music, TV, anywhere where we dominate the numbers, we don't have control over it. The media, you name it, we have no control and ability to reverse racism onto white people. That's just a psychological trick to distance themselves from the fact that they're racists. To say, oh, no, you're racist because you're calling us out. That's just a psychological trick, because it's not true. There's no basis in that. There's no facts in that. We control nothing in the United States except for our own personal lives. We cannot control, we don't have any control of a group of people. In fact, all we're doing consistently is fighting against the unfair maltreatment of us. We're consumers, and we fight this every day. Every day we are oppressed because it's a system. And in that system is designed to keep us here. The ceiling is here, while their ceiling is up here, see? So there's no fucking way you can control anybody with your ceiling down here and all of the laws slanted to keep you there. We have no control and persuasion of the law. Look at juries. They're mostly white, even if the person that's being, the trial is happening around is black. They say, being judged with a jury of your peers. Really? Those people aren't our peers. Yet that wording is what is used in court, in the legal system. That you're being judged by a jury of your peers. They don't understand our culture. They don't know anything about us. Yet they're judging us. They have the ability to put us in prison and in jail for the rest of our life if they want to. We do not have that kind of control and power in the U.S. because those juries are always got 1 or 2 or 3 black people on them. I was in a group, and one lady that wasn't even United States, she was in the UK, said, well, I would want to be on a jury so I can affect trials. She has no idea that we do not have those kinds of numbers, and even if a bunch of us did, they would still split us up. They still would not let us outnumber other kinds of people in those trials. It has never been that way. It has never been that way. Even if we dominate the city, they will still find more white people to put in those juries than they will black people. Or, they'll call us all POC and put more Asian and Hispanics on those juries. And they're not our peers either. So, brings me to the end of this little series of videos. I'm making a few before the end of the year, before we start over before I make another playlist for 2019. But I just wanted to kind of sort of explain why I don't not celebrating and participating in the holidays in the United States anymore, and that it's a very isolating feeling, and I mean, you're constantly bombarded with these that you need to do this. So it's very difficult to stand here and say, no, I'm not going to do it. And then, have maybe a few people will ask me why. And then I'll have to go through this whole explanation of why. Yeah, it's not easy to do that. And people may poo-poo it or whatever, but it's my choice to make. And these videos, these two videos, is explaining why I'm making that choice. So, for those of you who do celebrate these holidays, you know, happy holidays, I think. Oh, okay, now it's past midnight. Today is the beginning of Kwanzaa, the only black holiday during this period, this time of the year. So happy Kwanzaa to everyone and everybody else, to have happy holidays. And the pollinator is out.